Recently, I think in a podcast, I said I believe that Tom Cruise's superior Iron Man, or just Iron Man, will be the true villain of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I kind of said it jokingly, but not really, and many other people believe that I'm actually sort of maybe correct on this, as other people have said the same thing. So I figured, why not make a video on why exactly I, including many other people, believe that Tom Cruise's Iron Man will be the true villain of the film. So once you take out the credits, with a runtime of under 2 hours, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has to be a rapid-fire film. Therefore, it cannot take too much time to establish a true villain. It has to be somebody that's somewhat established that we already know. Again, if you want to bring in a new villain, sure, but how much time are you going to have to develop your main character now, where he's at, the supporting cast, which is pretty big, and introduce multiple new characters? Not a lot. Again, this brings me to the version of the Illuminati or the Secret Council or whatever we're going to be getting. Out of all those, I'm in the belief that Iron Man will be revealed to be the villain. And if it's true, and all evidence pointed to it being true that Tom Cruise is playing Superior Iron Man, I automatically believe it's him. Why? Well, 1, it's Tom Cruise. 2, he was originally going to be Iron Man, but they ended up going in a different direction. 3, Iron Man is an established character, and if you just, with a dialogue, explain that there was a moment where his Iron Man took a different stand, where, sure, yeah, he got captured by the Ten Rings, but guess what? He straight up goes back and just bombs all of them, goes right after them, one after the other. He doesn't do anything else. He just continues to evolve, continues to develop himself, doesn't pull back, just continues to evolve his suit and becomes the superior Iron Man. Therefore, you can establish that the reason he is the superior Iron Man is because in his universe, he's really the only one. The world doesn't need anybody else because Tony Stark is the center of it all. He's the egomaniac. Again, you can all see Tom Cruise pulling this off because guess what? That's Tom Cruise. You're not going to need convincing. And an easy explanation of a split in the timeline as to what happened to our Tony Stark we followed opposed to that one, it's so simple to establish that it takes away any need for a foundation to build up a completely different history for a brand new villain. Okay, but then you say, but we got Shumagorath. What about that? Well, maybe that character was unleashed by Superior Iron Man as a distraction. Again, we just don't know. I truly do believe that the villain of this film has to be somebody that's going to be in the film for a little bit more than just a plot device to get us to an action sequence. Because if that's the case, this film will fall short for many people. If you make it Iron Man, it's perfect. Because it goes right back to, well, Iron Man started all this off and look at where we ended up. Now look at how horrible it could have been had he taken just a slightly different route. I mean, it works for me. I think it works for many others.